Hey everybody, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website. It used to be a long time ago that it was a real pain in the ass to get a website. If you wanted to get a website, you had to find someone who knew how to make one. They had to code it in HTML. It was a nightmare. And then they started making these programs like Dreamweaver and all these. They're very difficult to learn and try to figure out how to put it together. And then if it worked, it wouldn't work on certain platforms. Now Squarespace has that all covered, and anybody, I mean, you, me, any person can, if you can attach a photo to an email, you can make a beautiful, professional-looking website. It's very simple. Drag and drop interface. They have 24/7 support. They work on Windows, Mac, PC, iPhones, Android. Very easy to do. About as easy as you can get. They also have it available so that you can create your own online store. Quick and easy. Create it in minutes. They have a logo creator where you can create a clean, simple logo design for yourself in minutes. Every design automatically includes a unique mobile experience that matches your overall style of your website, so your content will look great on every device at every time. And for a free trial and 10% off your first purchase, go to squarespace.com and enter the code word Joe. That's squarespace.com and enter the code word Joe. We're also brought to you by Onnit. Onnit is a human optimization website. What we sell is strength and conditioning equipment, health and fitness supplements. We just try to sell what we find to be the best things available. Whether it's kettlebells, we sell kettlebells, both the regular kettlebells that we sell, and we also have primal bells and zombie bells, these artistic kettlebells that are the primal bells are the Great Ape collection with gorilla, orangutan, chimp, and howler monkey. Very cool to look at, cool to have around the gym. They look good. And they're functional, 3D mapped kettlebells, so it's not like they're out of balance just for the sake of looking cool. They're 3D balanced, the best kettlebells you can buy, and when you use them, you can be content that when the apocalypse comes, these fucking things will be still here. They're solid metal, they will last forever, and they're excellent. We sell the best supplements that we can find. The best hemp force protein powder. We have a new item called the Warrior Bar. It's made the ancient Lakota way. It's a buffalo supplement bar. So like if you're on the run and you need to get some food in your body and you just want to have a snack that's not negative and not nasty for you, this Warrior Bar has 140 calories, 4 grams of fat per serving, and 14 grams of protein. All healthy. No MSG, no soy, no lactose, no nitrates, no antibiotics, no added hormones. Super, super healthy for you. And like all things at Onnit, we just find whatever we can that is the best version of whatever that is for sale, and then we sell it. We try to sell it to you at the most reasonable rate possible. If you use the code word Rogan, you will save 10% off any and all supplements. All right, why play around? Rickson Gracie is here, ladies and gentlemen, and my brother Eddie Bravo. Cue the music, Jamie. Let's get going.
Joe Rogan Podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan Podcast by night, all day.
All right, we're live. First of all, thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate it. Out of all the people online, whenever things get brought up for mixed martial arts guests or jiu-jitsu guests, it's always get Rickson Gracie on the podcast. So the clouds have parted, the stars have aligned, and you're here, and we appreciate it very much.
I'm very thankful to Joe and Eddie to be with you guys here and have this conversation. It's funny because last time we talked in my house a while ago, of course, you make me some questions, you're curious, you all about knowing what has in my mind. And at this point, I was the talker, and in the past, and the time goes by, and today I can see, after all this process of evolutionary process in the MMA and the martial arts world, I mean, since then I've been watching you doing your job, commenting fights, analyzing other fighters. And today I can see, man, you are red belt in the whole extension of the world. You know everything. I mean, if I have a question, I have to call you and ask you what's up, because I'm very, very, impressed with your career, with your charisma, with the way you position your opinions, and very precise. So I'm very happy to be here and discuss some talk with you here.
Well, thank you, brother. That's an honor to me, and it was an honor for me to hang out with you that night. It was really cool. We had dinner with your family, and then we watched some fights.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting watching fights with you and watching you break down positions and break down the mistakes that people were making. And I've told a lot of people about that, man. I've told a lot of people about that night. That documentary, Choke, that is one document that I've told people. If you're really interested in jiu-jitsu, you really want to find out, what the spirit of jiu-jitsu is all about, watch the documentary Choke. That documentary is so inspirational. They followed you. Was it 94, 95?
Yeah, 95 going to 96, yes.
95 going into 96, and you were fighting in Japan, in the Japan Valley Tudo, and it documented a lot of your training and documented your philosophy. And man, if ever I need some motivation, I'll slap that DVD on, and you just get fired up. You want to go do some yoga on the beach or something.
Yeah,
you know?
It was fun.
How did that come about?
What?
That documentary?
Oh, it was a project with a student of mine who was working with the Polygran and also so we decided to follow up to the event, and so they have a crew following a couple of fighters and follow myself to see what's going to happen at the event. So it was a nice introduction to a preparation, to the mindset of a fighter. Either myself or the Todd Haynes, what's another, and also the Japanese guy who was also involved in the filming. So it was a cool primal experience to a MMA fight like a Vale Tudo fight.
Well, it's very eye-opening for a lot of fighters who looked at mixed martial arts. A lot of them come from a wrestling background, and they looked at mixed martial arts more of like as a sport. Just be tough, you got to get up, you got to train hard, you got to run hard, you got to live hard. And your philosophy was much more like a samurai. Your philosophy was much deeper, much more meditation-based, and we got to see you doing yoga. I think you opened up a lot of people's eyes to different mindset involved in preparation, but also to yoga. That was the first time I had ever seen a martial artist that was really into yoga.
Yes, I think for the athlete in general, the breathing, understanding of the breathing is a big plus, because stretch by hyperventilate, you stretch your physical potential. By know how to breathe properly, you relax, you can bring your heartbeats lower. There's a lot of elements in the breathing who are involved with controlling emotions, getting more energy, and so on. So as I get exposed to breathing properly, I get addicted, and I felt like it was a huge element of, in addition to the techniques, in addition to the heart and to the heart training, learning the breathing is a huge beneficial thing for the athlete. Now you see athletes like tennis players, they play in breathing, and the breath is much more into the sport today. So it's a process of knowing. Now I see Kron, my son, before he's just like, Dad, I see you training and breathing, but now he's coming to me and said, Dad, this make all the difference in the world when I really, start to getting tired, to make hyperventilation and keep my mind like sharp, because sometimes if you get tired, there's not enough oxygen in the blood.